But I do want to start with a little bit of commentary on President Trump's turning out to be a historic trip to the Middle East right now. Listen, whether it's securing defense contracts, investments in America, making sure the region is becoming a lot more safer and secure than it has been, especially in the past 4 years under Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, it seems like Donald Trump is hitting all the check marks and beyond. I just kind of want to get your commentary, how you've seen this trip roll out, and what does it mean for the overall global stability and peace in the Middle East regarding the United States?
Well, that's a great question. And to be honest, I think you hit it when you said this is turning out to be a historic visit for the president overseas and for foreign policy. I think if anything is clear, he is restoring what it means to have peace through strength. I think that his visits that he's making, the relationships that he's building, and that's really what all of this comes down to, is I think President Trump is willing to sit down and talk with anybody that he feels like that we can make progress with. He certainly set an agenda early on that he wanted to bring peace in the world. And when you really look at the Middle East, we know that that's a powder keg in every way, shape, or form. And for him to be making that trip over there, sitting down with the folks that he's sitting down with, having the conversations, perhaps even building off what he did in his first term with the Abraham Accords, I think it's historic, and I'm very excited about it, quite frankly.
I think a lot of America is too, but even more so the region. Probably excited, but at the same time reassured that safety and security is coming back on a global scale. I do see kind of like a trend starting to appear, though. You know, once we had Liberation Day in regard to trade and tariff and making that field level and free and fair for everybody again, it seems like Donald Trump has taken a diplomatic angle in the same sense in the Middle East. You know, the idea of Liberation Day was to put China out on an island, bring them back into the global community in a fair and non-stealing of IP, non-manipulation of currency, non-manipulation of the way they kind of set the global market on its ear. And he's using the same kind of a narrative and methodology in the Middle East with security. I was really surprised at the beginning, but now I'm starting to understand when he talks about making places like Lebanon and Syria relevant again, still establishing that strong ties with Israel, but at the same time bringing in those other Arab nations to create more free trade and fair stability in the region. It seems to be putting the country of Iran out on an island, and President Trump does it with incentives, saying like, listen, we'd love to see Iran be a great country, but there's some certain things they can't do, and if they want to be a part of this big, beautiful thing that's going on, they have to come to the middle and abandon their nuclear ambitions.
Well, and I think you're spot on.